right, all right, class. Welcome back to another video for Kitchen Basics. So basically, for the rest of the time, I'm gonna be talking to you about different ways to cook food, basically, and different ways to obtain the best flavor in your food. Well, mainly meat when you're cooking meat. So let's go ahead and get started. Kitchen Basics Part 2. Information taken from Cooks Illustrated, The Science of Good Cooking. I hope you all can see this PowerPoint pretty good. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is types of heat. The basic definition of heat is fast moving molecules. Basic definition. So first two types of heat, conduction and convection. Conduction is basically heat hitting the food, and the heat is moving from the outer part of the food towards the middle part of the food to where it's the coldest. So some examples of that is basically like frying in the pan. Really, any form of cooking is going to be conduction because it's going to cook from the outside inside. Convection is a transfer of heat from a liquid or from the air. Example of that, as you can see, is boiling. Also, when I bake my cheesecakes, I put in pans of just plain water to help draw heat from the water and not just from the oven, and that creates a better environment for it to bake and creates more even cooking. And the last one is radiant heat, which is high energy waves hitting the exterior of food directly, which is similar to grilling or even microwaving your food. So that would be radiant heat. Make sure you remember these because I'm going to ask you to give me examples of these on the test, and you're going to have to know the definitions. So, okay, be careful you don't want dry meat. When you're cooking your food, heat takes away the moisture from your food while it's cooking it. So it's better for you to cook meat on a low temperature for a long period of time rather than on high heat, depending on what you're cooking. It also allows for more even cooking when you do slow and low. So for like chicken, like boneless chicken breast, something like that, or fish, that would be used on like a medium heat. But for stuff like pot roast, ribs, things like that, you want to go slow and low. So when I say slow and low, I mean a slow time period and a low temperature, and that'll help that meat to stay juicy. It won't dry out as much. Here's locking in moisture. So after cooking, in order to avoid any further moisture loss from it cooking in the heat, you want to allow your meat to rest first before you cut into it. So you might have a pot roast or something, or some ribs or steak or something. You want to sit it on the side on a plate and allow it to rest for about 10 or 15 minutes, which we'll go over that later in the PowerPoint. I believe it's the next slide, and it'll show you the amount of time for each piece of meat. I'm trying to get this focused so y'all can see this better. You can't really read that right now, I just noticed.